Hey everyone, as you can see we're not in the normal space and we're going to try something out a little different. Today we're actually in my kitchen and we're going to be taste testing some of President's Choice new sparkling water. What's really interesting about these is that they're actually all soda flavors, but they're still just water, so they're just water and flavoring and carbonation. Water that tastes like soda? To me that sounds too good to be true, so let's take a taste and find out. So we've got cream soda, ginger ale, root beer, and cherry vanilla. I've poured out a cup of each one of them. As you can see, they're completely clear. Look exactly like water, except that there is some bubbles going on in there, so some fizzing, just because they have the carbonation in there. And I've also got a row of actual drinks. So we've got cream soda here. Yes, I know it's pink. In other parts of the world, I've heard that it's not pink, but here in Canada, cream soda has always been pink as far as I know. We got ginger ale, root beer, and we don't have vanilla cherry Coke, at least not all the time, so this time I got just cherry Coke to compare. Alright, let's get into it. I'm going to start out with the cream soda. So I do have them all cold because I prefer my water to be cold, so I would assume that I'm going to prefer the sparkling water this way too. It's definitely an interesting idea. I mean, everyone's trying to be healthy. If this could actually taste kind of like pop, trick yourself into thinking that you're drinking pop and you're actually just drinking water. Like, I mean, they all say they have 0 calories on them, 0 sugar, anything like that. It's just flavor and water. So, all right, cream soda. Let's take a taste. Immediately, it is really nice and fizzy. It's got good carbonation. I do get a strong hint of flavor. I don't know if I'd necessarily call it cream soda, at least not right off the bat. It tastes almost more like a citrus fruit, kind of like a grapefruit or something like that. But there's also like a vanilla or something, which is definitely kind of like a cream soda-y taste to me. And so I find almost like in the aftertaste, it's really tasting like cream soda. It doesn't taste bad. It's quite enjoyable actually. Like I would just drink this regularly. So let's compare it to the real cream soda just to see. Again, our funny pink cream soda here. Okay, you know what? That's actually really interesting. Maybe I'm remembering cream soda differently. The two definitely don't taste exactly the same. There is a difference. It does have very similar aftertaste. The cream soda, obviously being a real pop, is more sugary and a little sweeter. But overall, I'd actually say, except for this one tasting a little, again, a little more citrusy, I'd say they're actually pretty close, which is pretty crazy. Yeah, I did not think that that they would actually be that close of a taste together. So overall, I'm really surprised. It does actually taste quite a bit like it. So yeah, it's definitely pretty good. All right, let's go on to the ginger ale. So this is, again, the ginger ale water, completely clear. Immediately, before I even took a sip there, you can really smell. It smells a lot like ginger ale. I don't usually drink ginger ale just on like regular days or anything. Usually I only have it when I'm like sick or my stomach is upset or something. So I find it helps me feel better. So it's weird getting that smell just from water kind of thing, because it just makes me think of being sick. But yeah, no, I mean, it's definitely got the ginger ale taste. That carbonation does a lot for it, so it really does make it feel like you're drinking a soda. And yeah, actually that's really good. I would be happy drinking that when I'm sick. So let's compare it to the real thing. Again, the real thing is darker, got kind of like a yellow color to it. Okay, that is really weird. I cannot put my finger on what the actual difference is of it. There's definitely something. You can tell something is missing from the water, but it is not a big enough difference to really like make you immediately think that you're drinking something different. Like, I'm really curious if you were to blindfold somebody and have them taste test both of them without knowing which one that they were, if they would actually be able to tell the difference between them. Or I guess you'd be able to tell the difference. You would tell that one tastes kind of weaker than the other, but besides that, like, the flavor is like, it's on point. That's pretty crazy. All right, let's go to the root beer next. Again, nice and clear. I mean, it's just water after all. Okay, so this one definitely has a stronger taste. It's got kind of like a really strong aftertaste, actually. Like right at the end, you can really taste something. It definitely has the taste of root beer. I don't know what you would describe it as. Like, root beer has a really distinct flavor, and they've nailed that pretty well. So I'm going to compare it here to A&W root beer, not a sponsor. So immediately I noticed that the root beer is a lot smoother. I don't know if that's the right word for it, but it's got almost like a silkiness as it goes down your throat, and you can kind of feel it going down. The water definitely does not have that. In terms of taste, they're still pretty close. The water is definitely almost like a sharper taste. Like, it's a lot stronger. Like, it kind of, you really taste it. It's almost like they're doing it too much kind of thing. So I'd almost say that you could cut it back just a little bit. But in terms of overall flavor, though, it does taste very similar. So I am pretty surprised about that. All right, so let's try the last one, vanilla cherry soda. I don't know if Coke has actually like stopped doing them or if it's only like limited times or anything. At least from what I see usually when we're looking in stores, I don't see vanilla Coke very often, and I definitely don't see cherry Coke very often. That might be something here in Canada. Maybe it's more available other places. I personally love cherry Coke. I was not a fan of vanilla Coke. So this might be kind of a weird one for me, but I'm definitely willing to give it a try. So again, nice and clear. Is definitely a lot more cherry forward than it is vanilla, which I'm really happy about because I'm not a big fan of the vanilla Coke. I'd almost say that the vanilla is actually almost like an aftertaste or like an afterthought, so it almost comes after you finish taking the sip. But ooh, that's actually really nice. I really like that one. That's probably my favorite. All right, so let's try the cherry Coke and compare it to that. Okay. This one I don't think is a fair comparison because I'm definitely getting a lot more taste of the Coke with the cherry in this, whereas I don't really think this is trying to simulate like a Coke flavor as well. It's just cherry and vanilla. The cherry bit of the cherry Coke I do actually taste, and tastes very similar to the other drink. Again, it's missing the vanilla, and the Coke has a very distinct taste, which the water does not. But if you're a fan of cherry Coke or vanilla Coke, I think you'd actually probably really like the water. So it is actually pretty good. So that's all 4 of the different waters that they have available now. I don't know if they're planning on coming out with any more, and I didn't hear anything about these. I just was in the grocery store one day and I saw them and I'm like, hey, I'm trying to be healthier. I want to drink more water. If this tastes like pop, why not? Overall, I'm really impressed. I'd say they all taste very similar to what they say they should be tasting like, which is really cool. And I definitely think it is worth trying if you want to drink more water and get away from some of that extra sugar. These are actually really good. If you enjoyed this video, I know it's a little different than what I usually do. Let me know in the comments, like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and maybe I can do more videos like this in the future. I know I'd definitely love to review some of the stuff that I use from my Microsoft Surface, which I use for streaming and stuff like that. I believe these are only available in Canada. I'll leave a link to President's Choice website in the description down below. Alright, well that's all for now. As always, happy gaming. Alright. I don't know if you've ever had what I call swamp water. That's when you go to a fast food place and they have the self-serve pop machines where you can pick any flavors that you want. Well, You do that, but you just mix them all together, and that's swamp water. Let's see what all 4 of these waters taste like together. Alright, cream soda, ginger ale. Oh, Todd, my cat, wants to come see too. Root beer, cherry vanilla. Alright, let's give it a good little stir. Whew. Alright, it's got a weird smell for sure, but... Ooh, okay. Don't mix the 4 flavors together. It's not terrible, but it's almost like all the flavors cancel each other out, and you just get really strong carbonated water. Like, really strong. Like, it's really weird. Yeah, don't do it.